Something like the Kai'Sa does make sense, does follow up really well to what Nongshim have put together. The poke can lead into enough chip damage to where then the Kai'Sa goes in and finishes off a target.
With our objective feats of strength, you don't necessarily want to always give over 3 grubs at the same time, but they will this time. Nongshim will get 1 dot on the top of our UI.
I do think that, you know, given the... Hold up.
Ooh, nice little hook there. Even an Ignite to come out. Just a bit of pressure being put on, especially with Geo at level 6 first. A lot of pressure in mid and even in bot as Bessa was nowhere to be seen. And so they're going to try to make their move at this Ocean Drake. But TP is coming in. And so Gideon might just back away and concede it. I say that he is moving back in. As here comes the Maokai ultimate to deny him. No smite available, or even possible, I should say, for Gideon. And so KT get in, get out, take the Ocean Drake down.
Yeah.
So just denying a plate in a sense.
All right, Gideon's here. They do have teleport for Fisher. If you wanted to try to look for a flank, he is in prio right now as well. Remember, BDD still doesn't have flash.
It's just a straight-up fight for the grubs. I feel like Gideon could have stuck around a little bit longer, but...
yeah, he just didn't have enough vision of where BDD was, I guess, and then leaves and at least gets 1. But it looks like it's going to be a 3-for-3 trade.
Looks like he messed up his smite as well, so didn't quite have that. Here comes Lehens just flashing the wall. Just going to cast his R button onto Perfect. Says, you're going down, buddy, and he will. Lehens sets up the play and gives first blood over to Kingen. This game. BDD's like half of Lehens at this point, because not able to take down the big Raptor. Very difficult objective, and he's just not in time for the Drake, so I guess just give them a free Drake instead, because you messed up the leash on the Raptors.
And BDD had teleport advantage on the top side as well, kind of squandered. I feel like there was definitely a team fight there for KT Rolster at this point with the Varus at the spike he's at as well.
But Wolf, he needed the big Raptor.
I guess
Let's be real. I've seen this one before, but this time Perfect is behind the turret, and you know what? It's going to actually work out, especially because Cuz is here, and he is looking to turn this one around. Flash available, flash on in, gets on to Jiu, the flash chains, and Jiu is just dead, just like that, so quickly, and even Lehens as well will bite the dust as he goes down. Gideon gets out. A big committal here from KT, but it pays off. They pick up 2 kills.
Yeah, this time the jungler is there. This time he is going to make you pay for it. However, Nongshim racing, they will lose the race.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense. KT, 3 people down in the bottom lane, actually 4. And yeah, they're able to just knock it down with the demolish. Kingen not quite able to match that speed. Playing this game quite passively, quite laid back. Now, we are fighting for the objectives. Feat of strength here.
Yes, this is big.
And over the wall they go. Duckdom, he is going to get burst down. The knockup comes in. He takes a long time to fall, actually, but big block on the Maokai ultimate as well. And the fact that Duckdom, you know, no flash available.
Did anything, the chain is going to be there, but it doesn't have it in this draft. So if he gets caught by a Gideon ult, you know, in any situation besides this one, you know, Lehens can follow up right though. Nongshim have really controlled the tempo, even with such a small gold lead, really well. Is Lehens again?
Going in once again, ult in onto Duckdom as well as Fisher trying to extend for him, and they're just going to kill Wei on the backside of that. Fisher wanted a second kill, and at first I was like, man, just kill the Braum, you know, take what you can get. As Lehens, again, this is really, like, I feel like we're just, Lehens, he's doing everything. We're living in his world.
Oh yeah, we really are. To Nongshim, and I don't know, it's really problematic in this one for KT so far.
Weird thing about it too is that Wei was just standing, staring at him.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you can't kill me. You don't have the damage. Just not expecting Fisher to show up. Now, Chemtech Soul is buffed on this patch. And
11 to 13, baby.
11% to 13%. You see, like, Nongshim are like, I know about the buff. I saw the patch notes. The Gideon, he wants to steal. He's going to get it. And there you go. He picks up the first Chemtech Drake as the fans go wild.
Yeah, Braum and otherwise BDD. And if the Ambessa can get backline access, who are you accessing? The tank Jace? Or the Kai'Sa that has flash and can shield with her ultimate and has a bunch of peel in this draft? It's really hard to start fights when Nongshim just walk up to the objective and say, well, I mean, I'm on it. Aurora too much. He is very tanky, a big threat to deal with in this game as grouping for Otacon right now. Remember, teleport was just used for Fisher into the mid lane, but Kingen has his, and Fisher is very close, does control that mid prio right now. I don't know if Oh boy.
They're just letting Lehens do whatever he wants in their jungle now. Trying to force a flash, I think, is Lehens, but BDD, now he's going in. He's going to scoop up two, but he's alone. The Mega Gon comes in, and finally the rest of the team does follow up, and Nongshin will pick up the first kill. Fisher immediately going to melt here to the Mbessa, though. And guess who is not here? It's Jiwoo. Finally comes in, finally presses his buttons, and may be able to turn this one around, but the front line is going down. Jiwoo still unchecked. It's Jiwoo against Perfect, and it will be the Kaisa who wins the fight in the end, cuz all alone. And Jiwoo, he took his sweet time, but when he showed up, man, he made the difference.
And BDD Lens is an ex-KT player. You played with him. You know what he's like. It's already there. And the ability for Jiwoo to follow up so quickly, how tanky the Nautilus is, opting into a fight like this when you have no control is just really not going to be it for me. They did play it really well.
It's got TP. And you see that Nongshin are threatening this Baron. Will they actually start it with the Otacon buff? You have to.
Gideon's like, this is the biggest grub I've ever seen.
Small grubs, big grubs, I take them all down.
He's got, I mean, they've got tons of control over this choke point. Fisher alone could just ult to prevent them from coming in.
Well, he definitely will eventually, I would assume. Lehens is just going to get the withdrawal, but nobody is getting into the pit. Cuz cannot get it down. The Aurora ult is in, and Fisher obviously going to try for a kill. Not going to pick it up, as Kingen also does get cleaned up there in the withdrawal. Some extra gold's given over to KT, but Nongshim take down the objective.
And Tank Jace is actually going to love it a lot.
Yeah. You got Tank Jace, you got Sejuani, going to be even that much more obnoxious to take down, even the Nautilus, right? It's not insignificant. You know, we love to meme Chemtech Soul over here at the LCK for sure, but get some buffs here and there.
Also outpokes him now with Vision,
yeah,
with the Void Seekers.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that's the thing, you know, especially before he gets his, you know, Last Whisper item. Once he does finish that, he's not really doing much to the front line. And he's not really poking better than the enemy team. Copy what the top level teams do, and it just doesn't quite work out as well. I feel like Nongshim have done a bit of that in terms of their macro play and vision denial, but they've gotten really good at it.
Yeah.
Especially when not challenged, which has happened a lot in this game. Gideon is very tanky. Here comes the Maokai ultimate, will lock them down, and now the turn onto Sejuani. Eventually they get the kill, but look at Kinga's position, hops over the wall, and guess what? Duck Dom's dead again. Fisher on the backside here. Can they kill Mbessa? They finally will, as Perfect does get one kill. Kingen super tanky, it's him up against BDD. Fisher able to come back in and do a bit of damage. The hook hits for Lehens, and BDD is running away from a Nautilus, and Fisher is running away from a Maokai. They might both go down, although BDD gets over the wall and he gets a plant. The one thing to keep him alive. And now
he's got Ripmaker.
Has to respect. In goes Kingen looking for the kill, and he will pick it up.
Oh, it's not enough heals there for BDD. Down he goes. As, you know, the setup there was really nice for KT, one of their best fights of the game. That's solo for Nongshim after the win.
Yeah.
Try to set up your side lanes before you can start pushing through that with that phalanx that we saw KT do last time. And they're just behind the play again here as Nongshim start to clear out these waves. That static shift really worth its value here in gold for Jiwoo in this game, really helping them clear them out.
Yeah, you see the trade of ults here. Kingen is level 18, he's jumping into the fight. Fisher, though, I'm not sure about that one. He wants to get ducked on, but ducked on, oh, he's gonna get killed and sniped by the Nautilus. Also, BDD, meanwhile, just going down, and Perfect, he's gotta do it all alone. He's the one damage dealer left. It is Mbessa, but it's not quite enough. And Nongshim, they lock down the fight. And if they've got a wave here, they might look to push to end instead.
Got so much damage at this point.
I think they just get it.
I think they do end.
Jiwoo with the classic Kaisa BM. You get that all the time in solo queue. And
oh, it's classic. And Gideon can even tank the turret additionally here because he has so much health, and it's just enough time. KT knocked down a peg here in the first game.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.